In light of calls for the present Tobago House of Assembly Chief Secretary Ancil Dennis to desist from using the car and house for this office, Attorney at Law Martin George says this is not correct, according to the Act governing that body.
The Executive Council, which is the Chief Secretary, the Deputy Chief Secretary, and the other secretaries, that Executive Council is preserved by Section 34(4). Under Section 34(4), it says, the Executive Council shall continue to discharge its functions during any period that the Assembly stands dissolved. So in other words, during this time when the Assembly stands dissolved, the Executive Council is still valid, effective, and functioning.
Mr. George says that Act Number 40, the Tobago House of Assembly Act, specifically lays out the tenure of the Chief Secretary.
Any call for the Chief Secretary to stop living in the house, stop using the car, or stop exercising his functions as Chief Secretary is totally wrong. It appears to fly in the face of the clear provisions of the law, and I think that that ought to be clarified and cleared up, so therefore that misconception is not out there amongst the public.
Mr. George goes on to say that Section 36 explains the process for the changing of a Chief Secretary is triggered if the incumbent is no longer a member of the Assembly, or if a new secretary is chosen, or if the incumbent is to be reappointed.